Hi everybody, we'll continue with the Constitution of India. This is the second part where I'll be explaining the preamble. Okay. Now what does the preamble tell us? We, the people of India, having solemnly resolved to constitute India into a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic, and to secure to all its citizens justice, social, economic and political, liberty of thought, expression, belief, faith and worship, equality of status and of opportunity, and to promote among them all fraternity, assuring the dignity of the individual and the unity and integrity of the nation. In our Constituent Assembly, this 26th day of November 1949, do hereby adopt, enact and give to ourselves this Constitution. So this particular Constitution was taken from the US Constitution. Okay? Pandit Nehru adopted it and gave it to us. Now what does the preamble tell? Preamble to the Constitution of India is a brief introduction statement that sets out guidelines to guide people of the nation to present principles of the Constitution to indicate the source from which the document derives its authority and meaning. So in just simple we can say it is an introduction to the Constitution. Now the preamble of the Constitution is based on the objectives resolution drafted and moved by Pandit Nehru. So Pandit Nehru had drafted this and adopted it in the Constituent Assembly. So in the Assembly he gave it to those people, and on 26 November 1949 it was given to the people of India. Now there are important words in the preamble, like for example sovereign. What does it mean? This word implies that India is neither a dependence nor a dominance of any other nation, but an independent state. It is an independent country. Nobody has, after 1947, nobody can rule us. We are not under anyone. Okay? There is no authority above it, and it is free to conduct its own affairs. So we are free to do whatever we feel like, both internally and externally. So nobody can stop us. We are an independent country. Socialism. What does socialist mean? Socialist means, as the Supreme Court says, democratic socialism aims to end poverty, ignorance, disease and inequality of opportunity. So everybody must be given an opportunity. Fair treatment should be given to everyone. Okay, we should be all treated equally. And secular. What does secular mean? The Indian Constitution embodies the positive concept of secularism, that is all religion in our country. We don't have any particular religion. India is not a Hindu country or Muslim country. Okay? Irrespective of their strength, means whether it is a minority or it has a big number of followers, have the same status and support from the state. So we can follow any religion that we feel like. Okay? There is no particular religion that India follows. And guaranteeing the fundamental rights to the freedom of religion. So we can follow any religion. Democratic. The term democratic implies that the Constitution of India has an established form of constitution which gets its authority from the will of the people expressed in an election. So we can elect. We are not under any king or queen. No king and queen can rule this country. But we, the people of India, can elect our own representative. Republic. The term republic indicates that the head of the state is elected by the people directly or indirectly. In India, the president is the head of the state and he is elected indirectly by the people. So we can elect our own leaders. justice. Social justice denotes the equal treatment of all citizens without any social distinction based on caste, color, race, religion, sex, and so on. It means absence of privileges being extended to any particular section of the society and improvement in the conditions of backward classes. So, the government must look into this. They must treat everyone equally, whoever we elect. When they make any policies, they must treat everyone equally, whether they belong to the Hindu background or Muslim background or Christian background. All must be treated equally, whether he is a man or a woman or a child or any from a poor family or a rich family. They must all be treated equally. Liberty. The preamble secures to all citizens of India liberty of thought, expression, belief, faith and worship through their fundamental rights. However, this liberty does not mean license to do whatever one likes and has to be enjoyed within the limitations mentioned in the Constitution itself. So, we can express ourselves, whatever we think, but we should not harm anyone. Okay, whatever we do should not harm anyone or a group also. Okay. Equality. The preamble secures to all citizens of India equality of status and opportunity. This provision embraces three dimensions of equality: civic, political and economic. We must all be treated equally. Then, fraternity. Fraternity means a sense of brotherhood. It is the duty of every citizen of India to promote harmony and the peace of common brotherhood among all the people of India. So we must treat each one as brothers and sisters. We are all Indians, we belong to one group. Okay? Then, fundamental rights. Our Constitution gives us 6 fundamental rights. In the beginning there were 7. One is removed, that is right to property. Okay, that is removed. So now we have only how many fundamental rights? 6. There are 6 fundamental rights of Indian Constitution along with the constitutional articles related to them and mentioned below. Okay. Right, number 1, right to equality. It is given in Article 14 to 18. Okay. Right to equality guarantees equal rights to everyone, irrespective of religion, gender, caste, race or place of birth. It ensures equal employment opportunities in the government and ensures against discrimination by the state in matter of employment on the basis of caste religion. This right also includes the abolition of titles as well as untouchability. So the government must treat us all equally, whether we are rich background or poor background. Opportunity must be given equally to everyone, whether I am a man or a woman. I must be treated equally. Then, right to freedom. Right to freedom means freedom of speech, freedom of expression, whatever we think, freedom of assembly without arms, so we can gather a group, but without any guns or knives or whatever. Okay? Freedom of association. Okay? Freedom to practice any profession. I am a teacher, can be a lawyer or anything. Freedom to reside in any part of the country. So I can go to any part, any corner of the country and stay. Okay, it belongs to me. So this is what the freedom of right to freedom tells us. Okay? Right against exploitation. What does it mean? This right employs the prohibition of traffic in human beings, beggar, and other forms of forced labor. It also implies the prohibition of children in factories, etc. The Constitution prohibits the employment of children under 14 years. So, children below 14 years are not given jobs. You cannot force somebody to work. They are supposed to go to school, get an education. Okay? Right to freedom of religion. The state has no official religion. So, it is not a Hindu country or a Muslim country or a Christian country. Okay? Every person has the right to freely practice his or her faith, establish and maintain religious and charitable institutions. So they can make their own schools also and teach and practice whatever religion they follow. Cultural and educational rights. These rights protect the rights of religion, cultural and linguistic minorities by facilitating them to preserve their heritage and culture. Educational rights are there for ensuring education for everyone without any discrimination. So, children below the age of 14 have to go to school. The government must ensure that they all get free education. Okay? So they cannot right to exploitation. That is what comes back to that. Right to constitutional remedy, the sixth one, in Article 32. The Constitution guarantees remedies if citizens' fundamental rights are violated. If supposing I am talking in a public meeting without harming anyone, and somebody comes and stops, or the authority comes and stops me, I can go to the court of law and challenge them, because that is my fundamental rights. Okay? The government cannot infringe upon or curb anyone's rights. They cannot take that right away. Only during an emergency. When these rights are violated, the aggrieved party can approach the courts. We can go to the court and tell them that my rights were taken away. But that is fundamental rights, or fundamental duties. What are the fundamental duties? To abide by the Constitution and respect its ideas and institutions. The national flag, national anthem. Okay? To cherish and follow the noble ideas which inspire a national struggle for freedom. To uphold and protect the sovereignty, unity and integrity of India. So these are the fundamental duties. We must respect our national anthem. Whenever it is sung, we stand. Okay? Our national flag, if you see it fallen, pick it up, hold it, put it in a proper place. Respect it. Then, public property, our heritage, we must protect it. Look after it. So that is, these are our duties, which is, they are not laws, they cannot enforce onto us, but we must follow it. They are in the Constitution, so that people see that we follow it. Okay? Now, what is the difference between fundamental duties and rights? Fundamental duties are defined as the moral obligation, course of action imposed of all citizens to help promote a spirit of patriotism. What does it mean? Love for one's country. Obligation means course of action imposed on the citizen, and to uphold the unity of India. What does fundamental rights say? Rights are an integral part of the Constitution. Hence, it cannot be taken away. But fundamental rights can be suspended during an national emergency. It cannot be taken away, but only during an emergency. That is the time it can be suspended. It can be stopped for a certain period. Okay? So what I want you to do is read the chapter, underline the difficult words. There are a few words I have given: harmony, compassion, avoid, violence, situation, minority, exploitation, abolished, untouchability. Write these words, pronounce it correctly, spell it and write it. And then I will be sending you an assignment. Question answers, I have already told you to do A, B and C from page 53 and 54 in the copy. And the question answers I will be sending to you.